Hello, this is Aaron, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give a final analysis of everything that I've learned in this excellent class on YouTube for educators. And what I'll do is I'll answer the 5 questions, and this should take around 5 to 10 minutes. And so, the first question I have is, what were the most important things I learned this semester? And I would have to say, a few of the most important things that I learned is, one, how to do YouTube. I'll admit is I wasn't very knowledgeable. I wasn't very good at doing it. Second thing that I learned is Camtasia. I think that Camtasia and a lot of these different tools were really good to learn, and it really forced me to, dip my fingers into something that I really wasn't used to. I also learned a lot about media and how to make good media. And even though I'm not an expert, I'll be the first one to admit it. And I did hate to always compare my videos to the lectures, the instructors, but at least I always try to give it my all and try to do my best at what I could. Second question is has my opinion of YouTube changed or remained the same? I think it's definitely changed. I think that it's a great idea, a great way to teach. I guess that originally when I looked at my first video, that's remained the same. But I think what has changed is my understanding of it, and it's something that I can do. It's also, I thought that the assignments were tailored in a way to make it useful for different ways to use with our students. Third question I have is, how was my teaching impacted by what I learned or experienced? One thing that I did learn and experience was that when you do recordings, when you do make recordings, that quality really matters. And I think that if I am to continue with this, which I definitely will, I think that the quality, I want it to increase. I want it to get better. I really want to learn the tricks of the trade. I thought that one program that was sort of difficult for me to learn in 8 or 9 hours was Adobe Premiere, as I thought it was a little bit complicated. For some it might be easier, but for me it took a lot of time to learn. But I'm glad I did, and I will admit is even after this class I'll continue to delve more into it. I also thought that lynda.com was a useful tool, and I've really I've got a full-time yearly annual subscription to it as well after this class, and I'm thankful for that. Another thing is Adobe Cloud, is I've now got an annual prescription for that as well. Fourth, will I use the project skills or ideas that I've learned? Most definitely. Question is will I use YouTube? And I hopefully I've hopefully gained the attention of my people that I work with, and hopefully they can look at the projects that I've done, the skills that I've learned, and that we can implement them into the core program. That's definitely my hope. I'm curious always to know what accreditation bodies think of this of these different technologies. Fifth question is, select at least 3 of the projects you created this semester and read AECT standards. How do these projects demonstrate my mastery of the AECT standards? And so, definitely the 3 projects that I am going to choose is the interactive video with the storyboard, the PowerPoint movie, using Camtasia and the screencasting, and last but not least is the vlog with closed captioning. And so the closed captioning part is I liked that, and I thought as far as the AECT standards that were used, is it definitely used the content knowledge, you know, creating and demonstrating the ability to create the instructional materials and learning. You know, as far as managing, you know, we definitely learned how to do that. You know, I think I did demonstrate the ability to effectively manage processes and the physical infrastructures. Also, you know, the content, I thought that standard applied to the vlog and the standards on that. You know, it was, you know, I was going to say, I think that one way it would be very useful is if you ever had anyone that was hearing impaired, you know, the captioning on that would be very useful. Second assignment that I'm going to use is the, you know, is the interactive video with the storyboard. And again, as I thought the AECT standards, you know, standard 1 and 2 especially, were useful in that. I was going to say, is I'd also like to point out is research. Is, you know, some of these assignments I got to them, and I thought, all right, now as far as which assessing and evaluating which tools would be best to use in those is sometimes it really made me think. Third assignment that I'm going to use is the PowerPoint movie, and I think sometimes, you know, on a lot of teachers, they love PowerPoint, and that's one tool that, you know, the average teacher knows how to use, and unfortunately, you know, especially it's very popular to say in instructional design that sometimes we bullet our students to death with bullet points. But I think with Camtasia, you know, it definitely gave me a different way to teach, a different way to make PowerPoints different, easy to understand. You know, as far as that AECT standards go, is definitely standard number 1 is content knowledge